Disney's sing-along songs You Can Fly is the delight I knew it would be. I think there are two songs in this that I didn't really care for. The rest I loved. The selection is beautiful. There is an overarching theme of movement or travel, which will become pretty apparent once I go through the songs. This was released originally in 1988, directed by Phil Savenick, and interestingly, it's hosted by Professor Ludwig von Drake. Now, I like Von Drake as a character, but I don't necessarily think he would have been my first choice for this. It's not bad as such, but it was definitely an interesting decision. But it doesn't affect my enjoyment, and I do like the character. So as always, when I discuss these Disney sing-alongs, I will go through the songs and very briefly say whether or not I liked them, I felt they were a decent part of the package. There are, as I said, one or two that I don't necessarily care for that much, but in general, I think it was a good selection. We also have a couple of live actions here, which is unusual because, well, with the sing-alongs that I've seen so far, they've only ever really had one live action song in them, but this one actually has a couple, and I love them so much, so that made me rather happy. So I will go through the songs chronologically. So just a spoiler warning if you don't want to know exactly what songs are in it. Before I watch these, I don't look ahead. So it's an absolute surprise with what song will transition into the next song, and it's beautifully done. I think every song moved into another song quite easily, and nothing felt clunky or like it was the wrong pacing for the next song. Everything flowed beautifully. So the songs. We start off, of course, with You Can Fly, which is an incredible song from Peter Pan, and then we move straight into a live action, the beautiful Briny, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Such an amazing song. I absolutely adore it. Obviously, that one's about bobbing along. So we have some movement there. And then we have Colonel Hathi's March from the Jungle Book, which is about marching, another really brilliant song. And I've Got No Strings from Pinocchio. This is the first time I've seen that song all of the way through in possibly decades. And it's so creepy. I think Pinocchio's an amazing film, but it's so creepy. It's so eerie. I find it scarier than most 18 rated horrors that I love. It's just, there's something about it that's sinister almost, but it's wonderful. It's brilliant. And obviously, there it's about movement, free movement, not having strings. We then have Little Black Rain Cloud from Winnie the Pooh, and Pooh Bear is drifting along and moving like a little black rain cloud. We then have the Merrily song from Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which personally I don't love. It's not a bad song as such. It's not a bad song at all, but it's not one for me that screams classic or iconic. Mostly because I don't think I saw that film as a child. I've seen it as an adult, but it doesn't have that nostalgia for me. Then we have He's a Tramp, which I don't feel really fits in. We do have the lyrics, I wish that I could travel his way, so it's kind of about traveling. But other than that, I feel like it's a bit of a weak link in terms of the overarching theme. It just didn't really fit in for me. And then we have another live action, glorious song, one of my all time favourite songs, Step in Time. Of course, from Mary Poppins. Unlike the Pinocchio song, I have seen this and listened to this many hundreds of times over the last few years, even. The Mary Poppins soundtrack is something I listen to a lot. And it's just glorious. It's fabulous. And then we end with When I See an Elephant Fly from Dumbo before we go into You Can Fly again. The sing-alongs tend to repeat the titular song twice, or they play it twice, repeat it once. But When I See an Elephant Fly obviously makes sense, and it's a good fun song. Some brilliant, brilliant songs there. Personal highlights would definitely be the beautiful Briny and Step in Time. But I have to say, I kind of enjoyed I've Got No Strings because, as I said, it's been a very, very, very long time since I saw Pinocchio all of the way through. It's been a very, very long time. I'm slightly tempted to watch it again, or I might just check out some of the songs on YouTube with the clips. Either way, absolutely delightful. If you love Disney sing-alongs, then You Can Fly has some gorgeous classics in it, and it's definitely worth checking out.